Let's come back to Nigeria, where the Nigerian Exchange Group last week marked its diamond anniversary, having started out in 1961 as the Lagos Stock Exchange. Today, the exchange is demutualized into a group of companies, and the CEO of one of the subsidiaries, NGX Regulation Limited, Tinuwade Awe, joins me now for a chat to the past, present, and future of the NGX Group. A good evening to you, madam, and congratulations on the NGX transformation and diamond anniversary.
Good evening, Bosin, and thank you for having me.
It's a privilege having you, madam. What does the 60-year heritage of the former NSE and now the NGX Group mean to you?
It means a lot. I'm not sure that there are many companies in Nigeria that can count 60 years of history, very rich history, if I may add. And so one does take a lot of pride in being a part of that. It's not arrogance, just pride to see that something that one is part of has a strong heritage, that we're truly working in an organization where we can say we're standing on the shoulders of giants. One of the places that I like most in the exchange is a place that I call our Hall of Fame. And I call it our Hall of Fame because we have photographs of all the past presidents of council of the exchange. And it's a roll call of gentlemen who have really contributed to this economy. And so it's a real privilege, and we're very, very happy and excited about it.
I'm excited about the Nigerian Exchange Group as well, because it's one unique institution in the whole economy and the financial ecosystem. So you can have different banks, different insurance companies, but it's always been that particular exchange which the NGX represents. So quite a very rich history. But tell me a little bit about some tipping points over the past 60 years that were strategic to the growth and development of NGX that we have today and the Nigerian capital system as a whole.
Okay, so as you know, of course, the exchange was, it's a 1960 company, September 1960 incorporated, and it incorporated 7 subscribers to the memorandum, including people you may know, like Mr. Akintola Williams, Alhaji Shehu Bukar, Chief Theophilus Debayo Deuhati, and Sir Louis Odumegu Ojukwu of Ojukwu Transport. Started trading about a little under a year later in August 1961. With 19 securities. It had actually started informal trading in the offices of the CBN in June of that year. Then, a lot of things happened in the 60s. In 1977, the Lagos Stock Exchange became the Nigerian Stock Exchange and had opened branches in major cities across the country. Then, it became a digital exchange. Subsequently, in 2011, we began what we will call the X era. And I think one of the most signifying signposts, important signpost, if I may, of the X era would be the purchase of the trading system XGEM, which is really the Rolls Royce of trading systems around the world, if I may say so, that was purchased in 2013. And just several things to do with technology, really building the technology of that company over the 10-year period. And then, of course, in 2021, the neutralization of the exchange, which already really opens up the entity now becoming a group that has all these companies and all these the desire and the plans to do a lot of to make a lot of impact in Africa. Indeed, it aims to be Africa's preferred exchange hub, and so there's a lot that has happened over the years, an organization that has really been, that has really transformed itself and continues to be relevant in the past, in the present, and certainly in the future.
Yeah, so when you look at your strategic intent of the organization, talk to me about the evolution over the years, in particular around the areas of catering to stakeholders' needs. I'm sure the exchange has a wide an array of stakeholders, by the way.
Yes, the exchange, the Nigerian Exchange Group evolved, started as an exchange, which is a market. And of course, when you're in a market, you can't be a market without having your customers. Now we call them stakeholders. Very client-focused institution. And if I can just take a number of the things over the years that really speak to this, our client focus. So you may recall that in 2013, we launched a CSR program, and that CSR program, of course, one of the pillars of that program is the market. Another pillar is the environment. Another pillar is the workplace, and yet another pillar is the community. Now, with respect to the community, did a lot of CSR work around raising funds for cancer. So you may recall our race, our cancer race, the e-race against cancer that we have, building a school for the IDPs in Borno State, and several other things, including the essay competition that we've had for several years, introducing and ensuring that young children in secondary schools and in universities at a point in time, that they, were participating in the intellectual output to what the economy should be, what shares should be like, yes, and what a capital market should be like.
When the pandemic struck last year, how did the Nigerian Stock Exchange respond as part of your social engagement for the community?
First of all, as a market, the first thing that we wanted to ensure was that the market was open. And I'm very proud to say we did not lose a single day of trading. So because we have very robust business, we had very robust and continue to have robust business continuity and risk management frameworks, we actually decided in the third week of March of 2020 that we were going to start working remotely, but that the market will be open. And ensuring that the market was open is one of the major things that we did for our stakeholders. So whether you were talking about the COVID or some of the things that happened later in the year, like NSAS, we continued to trade. And in fact, did very, very well. You remember that last year, Bloomberg said we were the best performing market in the world. So we really, took it as something that was a mission, that this is a market and it cannot close. No matter what, we will trade. And the fact that we had very good risk management systems, we had very good technology. I've already told you about our Xgen technology and all sorts of other supportive systems that ensured that we could continue to provide the service that we provide. And then we did our demutualization, all the work on the demutualization, and ended it with the approval of the SEC in the first quarter of this year.
Yeah, so now that we have, just to wrap it up, about a minute, Tinuwade Awe. Now that you have the group itself, you are the head of the Nigerian of the NGX regulatory part of the new group. You are an executive director regulation under the former NS. What are some of the key issues you look forward to handle as you move forward?
So certainly we want to continue to ensure that we provide the appropriate regulation for the market, and the appropriate regulation under the appropriate approvals from the SEC for any other investee companies that come within the within the group. So that's ensuring that is there. We also want to ensure that we continue to be known as a fair market regulator. What are the objects of securities regulation? Ensuring that investors are protected. We've always done that. We have an IPF that works. We have a complaint management system that complies with the SEC complaint management framework. Ensuring that you avoid systemic risk. And how do we do that? We're looking at things like ensuring that the fit and proper people are in the market, that where there are infractions, they are dealt with. Capitalization, that people have the appropriate capital, that they're inspected, and that people can have a sense of reliance and trust in the institutions and the individuals that work in the market. Finally, what else is securities regulation involved in? It's involved in ensuring transparency and market integrity. And that is something that, as NGX Reg, we intend to continue to do. So, we will talk, we have so many other opportunities to talk about our plans and our strategy and all that as NGX Reg, but just wanting everybody to be clear that the demutualization is not going to bring any diminution in value at all to
all right.
regulatory
Thank you so much for your time this evening, and we wish you all the best moving forward. Tinuwade Awe, CEO, NGX Regulation Limited. Thank you very much for your time.